The following is a presentation of MRE UNO Division 2. Hello everyone and welcome to MRE UNO's Jazz July here in the Triad 32, kicking off the second round of the final tournament of the D2 regular season here, and we have a huge match for you coming up on stream here. It's going to be number 3 seed of the SAXOPHONE region Scars taking on number 6 seed of the SAXOPHONE region Gabriel. In terms of the D2 championship rankings, this is a 12v13, so this is a higher ranked matchup and a huge opportunity for both players here, as this could be a playoff match to get into the D2 championship outright, depending on how things go. I wouldn't necessarily say that's a guarantee, but big opportunity to boost both players' resumes here, and maybe get that push for an at-large. So this is going to be a huge match for both. Both are going to want to do everything they can to try to win this one here. But we should hopefully have a great match here today, and we'll see how this goes. But let's break down the SAXOPHONE region as we have gone through it so far. And this will be the first match of the Triad 32, but we've had quite the opening round here, as it's been mostly the higher seeds winning, with a few exceptions, including some big ones, with Tommy getting the win over Rajon, the 16/1, as well as YOLO with the big upset over Puzzle Dan, likely ending his season. But other than that, I mean, you have a 9/8, but not really too big of an upset. But other than that, it's been the higher seeds have been thriving so far, especially in this lower half here, 2v7, 3v6, so no upsets there. And that's 4 players there also who are all in the playoff hunt here. Tim, Aiko VT, Scars, and Gabriel. Scars and Gabriel coming up next. Tim, Aiko VT going to go on Saturday at 9 a.m. So that's going to be a match to watch out for. Aiko definitely want to get the win there. Tim trying to push for the D2 championship. Aiko trying to stay in the playoff picture itself. So a lot of playoff contenders in the lower half here, but ironically, the upper half is more of an opportunity region. Besides maybe Faye. Although again, Faye have the DQ in the opening round, so would like to get a win there and maybe take care of business. But other 3 in the upper half of the SAXOPHONE region, Tommy, Nightwalker, YOLO, all of them just trying to get as far as they can and maybe make a late push here. But that's going to be more of an opportunity for everyone in the upper half. For the bottom half, it's going to be a fight to try to get in. So we'll see who emerges with the win here. We're starting off with Scars and Gabriel, and we'll see how this goes here again coming into this tournament. Scars in the D2 championship rankings coming in at a ranking of 12th, and then Gabriel coming in at 13th. So these are the 2 players that are next to each other in the rankings. So this should be one where this will be close, but this will also be one where both are going to want to do everything they can to get the win and get that crucial head-to-head. So gonna get things rolling here. Gonna go to the table, and we're joined by my co-comments here for today. Cody Smart, gonna be joining me in the booth. Yeah, I mean, I know, Cyan, Cody, I know you've been following this D2 championship battle pretty closely in this 4th tournament here, and I mean, we have a big match here with Scars and Gabriel. I mean, for both players, this is a huge opportunity here to get a massive win for their resume, to try to boost their odds to the D2 championship at large. I think for both players, they're pretty okay, at least in making the LCQ, but both want to try to get that extra push to be one of those 10 players in the D2 championship outright. So just kind of your initial thoughts here as we get things rolling between both players here, and what this match will mean for them.
Yeah, I mean, there's two matches in this round where players are kind of near each other, but at the same time, approximately right under the bubble to make the D2 championship, where the head to head could become critical if a certain player gets the victory here. I mean, you have Scar 6-3, Gabriel 5-3, and both of them are trying to go on with a lot to prove here today. I mean, you already mentioned it, 12v13, just a couple of spots below the 10th position. Half of the top 10 got knocked out after round one, which is very huge, as a matter of fact. So a win here could very likely put them in a spot where they could make the D2 championship, especially if you're Gabriel with one less win. It does not help you, except for the fact you have a peak run at the final four, but we'll get to the analysis after T4. But nonetheless, though, you said it right. This is probably the biggest match that we have in this round. Because winner, I think, has a very high chance to make the D2 championship, assuming no chaos from below.
All right, well, yeah, it's a big match for both here. Scars looking to get his seventh win of the season, trying to make it back to the round 16. Scars did go out in this round in the last tournament. The shocker to Clean Green. He's looking for a little redemption here, and then Gabriel, at the moment, has only had one really good run so far this season. Will look to make it two and start that off with a win here to make it two in this tournament to make the round 16 once again. First time since tournament two after missing it that last tournament, but um, Scars going to you. Before we begin, I mean, this is a big match for you. You're trying to get some redemption, make it back to the round of 16, um, and make it the third time this season. Just kind of any thoughts here at following the last tournament where this was the round where you met your end. What you took from that going into this one, and what you're hoping to try and do here to be able to make it to your third round of 16 this season, and maybe get another crack at try to get past the round of 16 curse. Scars will type. We'll see what he says. Mentioning he went to the round 16 twice. I think I did say twice because this is the round Scars lost in the last tournament. Was on a round 16 streak, but then broke there, but could get his third here,
Mm.
which is still gonna help him. But yeah,
Yeah, I
again,
mean, not many have made it to the Sweet 16 all four times. There's only one that was in contention of doing so, and he actually did it earlier today. Cage getting that all important win in around the 32 to go 4 for 4 in the Sweet 16. We saw that being a huge thing on the resume last year. And this is crucial for Cage because now he's in the position where he can crack the top four, again, on a promotion spot, assuming once again, no crazy chaos happens.
yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, Cage winning earlier today, that's gonna be big because Cage is now gonna be the only player all season who's made all four round of 16s throughout the season. So that's gonna be a big feather in his cap there when it comes to the final rankings. But going back to Scars here, got to improve on my gameplay. Been noticing better plays after make one. Hopefully a milestone match. I'll have a chip on my shoulder. And that is true also because this is a milestone match because game two will be Scars' 100th start, so he will get that there. Gonna have to wait one game before we get there, but Scars will be joining a very exclusive club of players who have gone to 100 in specifically D2. We know we have the 100 starts club in D1, but at that point that has been very cluttered, and there's a lot of people who have. I think it's like over 40 people, so it's like
Yeah,
the
like we are almost to 50 people in the D1 100 Stars Club. It's insane.
yeah, the prestige on that is starting to die down a little bit, but the D2 one's still a very exclusive club there, so going to be exciting for Scars to get that done, and we'll get that here. But going to the Gabriel here, Gabriel, I mean, for you, this is going to be a big match for you as well. You come in as the lower seed, but you're also coming in with a sparkle momentum here and looking to prove something here as had that great run in tournament two. And you're looking to try and rebound after disappointing tournament three. Just kind of your thoughts going into this one, what this match means for you on a personal level and a season level, and just kind of how you're going to approach it.
Well, yeah, this is a really big match for me because I really want to guarantee myself to make the D2 championship because, as you said, half of the people above me are gone. So I gotta take advantage of it and make it very far in this tournament as well. as I did in Tournament 2. And I'm coming in as a little shocked as I was watching the World Cup game between Argentina and Egypt. Egypt was up 2-0, and then Argentina came back in the last 15 minutes of the game and took the lead to win 3-2. It was crazy. But yeah, it would be very special for me to make it make it very far again after I did not have a good start in my debut in just as July last year. So it's probably gonna be very special for me if I can do it.
All right, thank you, Gabriel. I mean, again, a big match for you here. For both players, looking to be ready to go here as we'll get things started. Syntax going to be the ref on this one here. Scars has the higher seat, so he's got the opening call. We'll see where he decides to kick this series off.
Yep, and of course, per usual, with the best of 7, it's 2-2-1-1-1, as the turn indicator would usually say around here. And we're off.
All right, 11 cards start. I think he mentioned it earlier. Yeah, mentioned it earlier. And we will get things going with the blue reverse to kick this one off. All right, and Scars played the blue 7, but immediate switch from Gabriel here.
Pretty calm so far. I mean, swap to yellow. A lot can still happen here.
All right, and we are getting some switches early here because I mean, Scars goes to the red now. And again, we also have a double header going on as Dino and Marcus is also going on in the piano stage. So that matchup is happening as well. We'll give some brief updates on that one whenever we have them. But going back to this, both players just kind of running it down early on. First ammo usage from Gabriel with a double play on the skip, but still kind of early on. Both still looking to play the numbers.
Yeah, and of course, so far, I mean, in the Triad 32, I mean, you had Rune getting the victory over Emmy. This will certainly help Rune's chances of the LCQ. If we remember from 24, he did make the LCQ and almost made the D2 championship, but just fell just short. Meanwhile, with Ninja Jacks versus Maz, the early power play from Ninja Jacks did cost him in the end, because Maz was able to win 3 in the last 4 games, taking the victory for the 2. Maz had an upset run, which would likely eliminate Ninja Jacks from contention. And of course, you just said it, as we are back to yellow and really using the yellow. Oh my goodness! Well, not anymore. But oh, I think we need to pay attention to this. You said it yourself, G. Bunch of color switching here. We're switching to a bunch of colors here early on. Nothing on green yet. So I'm thinking whoever has less green, or whoever is able to switch to green at the end, is going to be the skeleton that sticks here for the end of game 1.
Well, I mean, Gabriel is, still running plan A here. Gabriel down to 2, had that +4 before. So one for the early shot there. We'll see if he can just kind of finish this off here. Could be another +4 in the mix. No, actually, it's going to be +2 here. So, gets the double +2s to finish it off. So, actually, that's which from Scars extended the game by 1 turn, but ultimately was kind of in a tough spot there. So Gabriel going to open up the score with the 1-0 lead. But yeah, I don't know if there's really too much to take away from that game there, because I mean Gabriel just ran it down on plan A, and I mean Scars just mentioned not much he could do there. So kind of tough to take much from that game, but I mean a good start for Gabriel nonetheless.
Yeah, and regardless, though, I mean, the ability to be able to save the +6, in a desperate situation, that would be a strategical move that you could make to prevent your opponent from getting good cards at a certain part of the game. So saving those +2s, although it may be wise in some scenarios, it was unfortunate for Gabriel until it wasn't. That 2-color strategy forced 3-column meta, somehow got it done. as now Scars wants to go one card low.
All right, Syntax just throwing in the update there. Dino winning game 1 against Marcus, so Dino 1-0 at the moment, defending winner from tournament 3. Off to a good start here, but we go to game 2. Scars with the 10 card call going 1 down, hoping for a little bit more fortune this time, and we're starting with a reverse again. This time it's yellow though.
Yeah, this is actually kind of funny here, and that's if we get all the rest of the game start with some sort of reverse and different colors. Oh my goodness!
Okay, so
Taking
Scars.
advantage of the reverse. Woof.
Okay, so this is a bit different from Scars here because game 1 he just closed the door on the blue, which was the start, but this time he's actually going to take advantage of the reverse to switch it. But Gabriel immediate with the 0 switch into yellow, and wow, okay,
Oh
so
my goodness!
we're getting a lot of movement away from the yellow here from Scars. He's going to go for an early wild on the blue. Gabriel going to roll with the blue this time here, but Scars is a little hesitant on the yellow early on. We'll see if that plays out later on.
Yeah, and I gotta say, that switch to blue, we're on 0 to 100 just like that. But surely after that, now it's just a numbers race, so the action has come down a little bit. We can breathe. But
Oh.
as of now, just trying to do anything to prevent Gabriel from having another plan A, and here we go. Here comes Pandora's box opening up a bit.
That's actually a times 2 combo on the Dittos here. Ditto on the blue 3 and then Ditto on the red 3. But I mean, I think both are playing. I don't think there's actually been any self draws in this series so far. Because Scars, even though he got thrown back a few cards, never self drew in game 1. But both have been running plan A so far. Gabriel take with a tight, looking for a run, and Gabriel's gonna have another +4 here. So that's gonna be 2-0 on the +4 so far. But Gabriel also got to take the lead with that and go to 4.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I like your point there, Gene. No self draws, and once again, looks like Gabriel is packing a lot of things up to make sure that he doesn't run out. But as soon as somebody ices out, it could change the game and possibly the perplexity of this entire match. Up, here we go. Taking control of the color once again. Oh, there it is. There's the
Alright.
self draw. And what have I talked about there? The ISO, and there it was. An
Ooh, okay.
oh,
So yeah, I mean, that's gonna be big for Scars here because I mean, forcing that draw from Gabriel is gonna show a bit of a weakness here. And not a lot of time to draw here as Scars is down to 2, looking to tie it up 1-1, gets the switch on the green, so that draw on the red is big here. Scars at Uno, looking to line this one up here and get one back. Does Gabriel have any options on the green? He only has the green 2, but it might not matter. And yeah, it will
and
not.
that is what I like to call, G, a plan B win. Right there.
Well, I
Absolutely.
mean,
Well,
yeah, I mean, didn't have the self draw there. I mean, did get dished out that +4, but definitely didn't hinder Scars in his path of the win. But yeah, good job by Scars there. Just kind of stay resilient on that one, and we'll get it done tied 1-1.
and just like that, that was on game 100 there for Scars. I mean, I primarily focus on this for D1 media. But for you, Scars, if I am correct, I know we haven't updated a list for a while,
It's
but I
gonna be
believe you would now be the 12th person to join the
yes.
100 game club.
Yes, it is the 12th because Cage will be 11th. Those posts will come out when they can. Which actually, ironically, the media is getting updated both today and then later tonight. So that'll be getting updated. But before we go to game 3 here, I just want to kind of get some quick thoughts from Scars because I mean, not only does Scars get the win, I just realized the scoreboard needs to be refreshed. There we go. But yeah, I mean, for Scars, not only do you get the win there, but it's also being your 100th start. For you, what does that kind of mean for you to kind of hit that milestone here? 12th person to do it. And in general, I mean, a lot of it coming off a great season you've been having so far. But just kind of your general thoughts from, I mean, just kind of your last 2 seasons in general, and kind of going to this point here as what that 100 start means for you, and also just kind of getting the win there despite the +4 midway. Do check the scoreboard is now updating, so that shouldn't be an issue for the rest of this. Yeah, we'll see what Scars has to say. I will mention also both these games have played out pretty similarly so far. But yeah, I feel like it represents the general skill I have. Maybe not one of the quickest, but pretty consistent in my play. Very happy, and yeah, I mean for 100 starts, especially in D2, it's definitely it's a combination of skill and also in some cases just kind of commitment, which I think is a little bit hard. I think it's a little harder to get 100 starts in D2 specifically as opposed to D1 with like the whole promotion relegation thing. But yeah, I mean that's kind of also why the club is not as big because it's like it's either you got to be really, really good or committed. And I think Scar is definitely one of those players who, even though kind of had a rough season in 2025, has been really good this season and has done enough to be able to get to that point. So it's a big accomplishment there. Any quick thoughts from your end, Cyan, before we go to game 3?
Yeah, I mean, we have seen plenty of people, especially more the veterans around here, who have turned it around this season and have pretty much broke out. And although Scars might not be the biggest name because he did have a semi-consistent last season, it is still in D2 a momentous moment here in D2. It's a career milestone, as a matter of fact. I mean, we haven't had a single player hit the 100 win club because of the whole promotion relegation ordeal. But for Scars, he is continuing to make some history over here as being a legendary player in D2. We have our field legends every year. We have a few of them. And even though Scars might be behind a rank or two on some other folks, Scars is still a legend in D2, at least for this season, by reaching this fantastic milestone of 100 games.
All right, so that's a celebration for Scars. Congratulations there. We will keep this series going, though. Going to game 3, Gabriel with the call, looking to try and retake the lead here. 12, all right. I missed that, but 12 card start here. We'll get things going.
Trying to go high tier. And honestly, I like this selection by Gabriel. Because even though the low tier hasn't been tested yet, the high tier really hasn't either. And since he won 11, lost on 10, if you really don't want to go for the radical shift in anywhere at all, then 12 is a good selection.
All right, so no more reverses here. Going to start with the red 0 this time. But yeah, I mean, we've kind of been staying in the same range. Okay, well, Scars forgets that it's not his turn to start, but it's not going to matter. But we've kind of been staying the same range so far because I mean, it was game 1 at 11, game 2 at 10, today. Game 3 now has 12. So no one trying to take any big swings on the card. No one's going for like a 15 or a 7 yet. So we'll see if that comes later. If both just kind of stay where the number of card starts kind of stay all stringed together.
Yeah, exactly. We have seen these two manage to play so many cards in a certain color before we really get to the action, as we finally get to switch to blue. Oh, here we go. We could have a rainbow. Yellow over the rainbow.
Not sure. But I mean, Scars go with that crossover into the green, and yeah, I didn't think a rainbow was coming. I think, the yellow hasn't even popped up yet. Well, speaking of yellow, that is not the mistake Scars wanted to make there.
We are having all the Dakota takes here so far in game 3 alone. My goodness. We might want to put on a parka here because I think we're stuck in Antarctica right now.
Yeah, I mean, Scar's looking a bit rattled there for a second, but not the mistake he wanted to make. Green 1 from Gabriel. Scars is going to be looking to get into that yellow at some point. For now, he's okay on the green. Yeah, right. And then, actually, a lot of green from Scars here. This is, I mean, it's been okay. It's been okay so far. And ironically, the longer this goes on green, the lower both these players go. Especially if Gabriel has to switch the yellow here, that's going to be a little bit more precarious for him. But Gabriel's out, and there's the switch to yellow. So Scar's looking to get rid of that yellow 9 in the next turn if he can. But
Yeah, I mean, you do
no,
know what I guys.
okay.
Oh, honestly, that was a smart move right there. You do know what one of the cards are, and if you have a finish on yellow, it's best to prepare the finish on yellow by getting away. You know the card which gives you a tremendous advantage, especially if you go to a plan A, maybe plan B type of win.
That's kind of interesting though because Gabriel drew on the green 7 before, but then plays that. I'm gonna have to wonder if that was maybe a top deck that came at the right time there. But Scars is still running it down here. I mean we know what one of the cards is, but we'll see if it's gonna uh be something that hinders him or not. Blue 8 from Gabriel. Because I mean, like if Scars is like a +4, it won't matter. Blue 5, so it gets the Uno, but I mean, it's in a bit of a tough spot here. Not really a lot of ambition. Not really a lot of mystery here. Gonna draw. Scar's hoping for something big there.
Yeah, we have seen the +4s come in at some of the oddest timing possible, so we'll see what Scar's got here, as well as Gabriel. But might not be over yet.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's another +4 from Gabriel here. And I mean,
yikes.
that's actually 3-0 on the +4 so far. Red 4 from Scars doesn't look like he could do much there. And oh, Gabriel does not have the finish. So
And we're off to Draw City.
that's kind of interesting because Gabriel went for that. No one, knowing he had two colors he needed to get rid of. So
Makes me wonder if he also has a yellow. I mean, it's not a certainty, but it's always a possibility, especially when you know that your opponent has the last card on yellow and you want to keep the known as long as you possibly can. Because as soon as that yellow 9 gets played, you're back to square one. What the heck does my opponent have?
well, I mean, the big thing for Gabriel here is that I mean, there's a or kind of a big gap at the moment. So I mean, he's kind of holding on to this lead here, but he did ultimately use that +4 to throw 4 cards at Scars, but now he's kind of in a bit of a tough spot here as he has not been able to really find much going here. I'm going to be wondering if, depending on how this plays out, whether Gabriel will be second guessing using that +4 there, as opposed to holding on to it. But while in the green here, that's going to break Draw City.
And this is where the aggressive versus passive gameplay starts to open up. Oh my goodness! Hello! And there goes the known yellow 9. Now, not only Gabriel is possibly lost in the cards he has left, but now he's behind by 1. What a turnaround.
Yeah, there's going to be a slight expose there on the green. Obviously, we don't know how much, but now Scars is really rolling here, going back in the blue. And that green switch is really all he needed at the moment. Or that wild green was all he needed to just kind of get things back going. But +2 from Gabriel going to throw Scars back a little bit more. Gabriel down to 3.
Hmm. Yeah, now we're starting to see a back and forth here between the two. And now Gabriel's out. My goodness. Let me tell you right now, G, this is easily the longest game of the match. And here's the funny thing. Only 2+2s and 1+4 has been thrown into this mix. Scars takes the lead and then some.
Scars is doing really well in this blue here. A lot of those straws seem to be blue for him. This card could have played yellow 3. So throwing
Hmm,
that out there. We'll go back to that once this game's over. But
hmm.
yeah, Gabriel is drawing now. Scars looking to get down to 2, and he will. And this is looking pretty good for Scars here now. Had a mistake earlier in the game, but has recovered from it. Switched into green. This was the color Gabriel was looking for. But does this work out for Scars?
Hmm. Gabriel. Oh, okay, never mind. Gabriel did say he had yellow 3, but then he did play it a couple turns later. But does try to see if Scars doesn't have anything on green. And oh,
Crossover into yellow, gets the Uno.
that is big for Scars because even if he's out on yellow, you do know that Gabriel has a non-zero amount of green, unless the 8 was the only green. But we'll find out here in a moment.
Well, double play. Does Scars have the finish? No, he does not. Both that players low here. Gabriel at 3, looking to make it 2. He will make it the 2. Goes back in the
Oh.
green. Can Scars get the Uno once again? Oh, he top decks the
Oh
+4
my goodness!
for his first +4 of the series, and it comes at a big time. Ironically, I think Scars was hoping for the crossover back into the green. Didn't quite get it, but I mean that second green would have made it Uno, and then the +4 was just more of a formality at that point. But Scars gets it done. 740 there. So there's 741, and gonna be 2-1 Scars here. Getting it done for his second straight win, and I think the first game of the series where both players were really having to fight that one out there, and just kind of Scars walking through his process there. And yeah, I mean the decision there for Scars there, either keep it on green or go with the switch, ends up working out either way because would have been able to get the +4 the next turn thereafter, but will get it done here and. For now, gonna take the 2-1 lead. But yeah, Scars. I'm just kind of rolling through the rest of this game here, but Scars just kind of general feelings throughout that one because he had that early mistake there, was able to recover from it, and then just kind of was able to line everything up and then bank off a little bit of fortune there to make it 2-1 here and take the lead for the first time this series. While Scars is typing, gonna go to the decision from Gabriel here. So yeah, I mean, when they were kind of in the draw city here with the red, instead of going the yellow 3, Gabriel went with the wild. So gonna be wondering about that, and the +4 also from Gabriel before, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that is why I said earlier in game 3 while they're drawing, this is where the passive gameplay eventually succeeds. I mean, it's not as clean of a plan as you would wish, but if your opponent gets too aggressive and use all the +4s or wilds or plus or whatever it is too early, you find some holes in their reads and you take advantage of it. And I think Scars did a masterful job with that one. Seeing the green that Gabriel had a non-zero amount, use it towards their advantage to go to green for the finish.
All right. For Scars, made some mental fatigue. Misses this game. Needs to ship away from the iceberg. Still keeping my head high though. So, all right. Game 4 here. Gabriel gonna kind of keep the trend going where we're kind of linking all the numbers together. Still gonna go with 9. So gonna go lower, and we'll see how this starts. Red 1. So that's another red start here.
Right now, it does see here that Dino does have the 2-1 lead over Marcus with game 3 just ending.
It's another mental mistake from Scars here because again he is not the home side, so tries to play a red 4 early, and again this for the second time in a row it won't matter.
And this is where the composure starts to creep in. I mean, you don't mention it very often in D1 because it is more often than not, it's inevitable to end up making some sort of mistake here in D2, but for the most part, it's mostly recovered. But when you see it over and over again in D2, this is where the composure rarely comes to play. And here's the thing on composure. If you don't have enough composure and critical moments in the series, especially if this goes to a game 7, it may ultimately cost you the match solely because of it.
We'll see. I mean, Gabriel did not have much on this red to start in his drawing. Scars is still running it down. Gabriel is going to be looking to get out of here as soon as he can, but And all right, gonna go for
Well,
the
here we
plus
go
4.
again.
So, yeah, again, I'm not sure if that was a top deck. Okay, yeah, no, I was about to say I wasn't sure if that was a top deck, but Gabriel holding on to that and decided to go for it. And it's not gonna get the green once again. Scar's gonna immediately switch in the blue.
I see what Gabriel's doing with that. He's trying to adapt with the passive gameplay that Scar showed and did a great job in doing. Did not want to leave too much open for Scars to take in terms of information that would eventually be used to end the match. Is back
Yeah,
to red.
yeah. I mean,
Well,
Gabriel was trying to get out of this red, and we're
oh
back here.
my!
Where we
What?
were back, there 2 turns later, but crossover into yellow and another 3 here. So back into blue after all that.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy. You get away from blue only to come back on blue. So honestly, I'm kind of intrigued to see where this ends up. And up +2.
All right, well, Gabriel in a similar spot than he was in game 3 here, down to 3 cards. Keeping it blue for the moment, and it's gonna run out there, so we'll see what Scars can do. It's gonna probably be 2 colors now. Gabriel will be a bit dry on here, but yes, Scars again, just kind of running the numbers and just kind of slowly but surely making his way back in it.
Yeah, I mean, this is something we saw in the last game with Scars. And here we go. Firing another +4. Once again, the green. And a 0. That's not going to be easy to reply off of. And it might help him out.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
am I getting that every time?
Gabriel is getting the +4s here. That is his 5th. And now running on that green he was wanting to before. Scar's looking to play some defense if he can. Yeah, gonna switch into
There it
that red. That's
is.
been tough for Gabriel here.
Yeah, really tough for Gabriel.
We'll get the Uno though. We'll see what Scars does. Made the switch here. Does he stay with it? He does not. He actually crosses into blue.
Oh, that is a good defensive move right there.
Okay, well,
And
that was
out.
a little risky also. But it works out. Uh, double play here. Gabriel looking for another Gabriel draw here. And, like, based off the type, I don't think he's gonna get it. All right, blue 7 gets the
Ooh.
Uno. Now Scars knows it's not blue for the finish. Gonna be a draw, and I actually think it's gonna be another draw from Gabriel because he saw the 7 not work before. Yeah, so draw city here. Gabriel looking for another top deck. Yep, gets another one.
Ooh. It
Just
all
trying
comes to a
to
number game at this point. Does Gabriel get the lucky draw on blue that can help him with number efficiency to tie it up?
time for a while here. Gonna draw, but yeah, no one has anything on blue here, and I mean, yeah, Gabriel getting those top decks trying to help him keep low, but not gonna get it this time. All right, ends. Draw City truly getting underway here.
I mean, right now, most of the cards played from the deck so far have been on blue, so it would not be easy for either one of them to get out of Draw City. I mean, plenty of +4s. There's 2 left, and also all wilds are still available to be used. But right now, that advantage or disadvantage of being in blue, null, and void is here we go.
All right, so Scar's playing that top deck blue 8, and Gabriel gonna go for the switch on yellow. Have not really haven't really seen much yellow here in this series. I mean, we had
Ooh.
one card played on it, and then it got immediately switched out of. So Gabriel does not have any yellow here. So I mean, if Scars is able to run this, this could be a slight problem.
Yeah, slight problem for Gabriel there. And then if he somehow loses out of this one, then maybe for game 5, while on the road, maybe thinking or readjusting his plans on going all in aggression. 'Cause, I mean, I can definitely see why it does help in the short run, But it's games like these where if you get too aggressive, you eventually lose control, and this is how it costs you the games. I mean, it certainly did that in Game 3. But right now, still hanging on as we go to red.
Gabriel was drawing on this red earlier, but I think with the draw state, it might refresh things a little bit. Um, gonna have a double play there. Gonna play a zero. I feel like Gabriel's been playing a lot of zeros in this series. Just seems to find them in his hand. I don't know why, but gonna keep going with red. That double play gives Gabriel the possession arrow lead also here, so he was looking to keep this running.
Hmm, I mean, in theory, I mean, if you play a number 0 on the table, it's harder for them to switch off of. The probability of it does certainly decrease by quite a bit, especially early on. Oh
Man,
my!
big lineup there. Gets the Uno. 6 cards thrown for Scars here. Gonna have to play defense once again. Can he get the
This is
ice?
interesting because there is a pretty low chance, in my honest opinion, that he does have a blue to finish. So it will be decision time for Scars on what he wants to do.
Well,
Ooh,
that's a
that
bit
could
of
be
a
a
risky switch.
goal.
Blue reverse, yellow wild, and works out.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I think the red would have been a safer option, but maybe Scar's trying to gun more for his own path there. That yellow was a bit risky, but it will work out for now. Gabriel looking for a top deck.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if it ends up at +4 after this. Oh my
Another
god,
+4
yes!
top deck. And I mean, that's 3+4s in that game, and that is gonna be a little bit frustrating for Scars there on that one. Uh, that's his third of the game, and Gabriel going to get out of there. And that's 2 games in a row we end on a top deck +4. So
And
um,
I was literally saying, imagine if we had a +4, then he immediately plays it.
yeah,
That's kind of insane.
we'll give Gabriel the table here. Just wants to give his thoughts.
I am literally mind blown on how I'm getting so many +4s. Look at that, it's 6-1 in my favor. But I'm glad that I got one at the right time, because the first one, yeah, I wanted to save it because it's not a good idea to play all of your ammo early, because as you know, if you do that, then you're gonna have nothing to counter her back. So I try to save it, and I have been getting lucky with the draw. That one came at the right time. I'm just so mind blown on how lucky I am getting these +4. But that was the clutchest one, yeah. But yeah, I need to get my head back in the game. It's 2-2, so even if I lose, I'm glad that it was an interesting series.
All right, well, we are going to game 5 here. I mean, Scars, any thoughts here on that one? Because I mean, you were playing some good defense, and then unfortunately, plus top deck +4 kind of does you in there. But we do go into a very important game 5 here, and just kind of any brief thoughts here before we begin. Cannot wait to see the card strength metric at the end. All right, no matter the result. All right, well, we'll go to game 5 here. Scars with the call. He's gonna go 1 down here. Gonna go with 8. So that it's 8, 8, 8, 8. Okay, there we go.
We do not want the mistake than what we had in the last round.
All right, there we go. We're at 7.
Oh. And we're on to a critical game 5 for the 2-2 tie, but I know it's not a tie. Dino winning with the power play to take a 3-1 lead over Marcus. Dino 1 away from not only advancing onto the Sweet 16, but possibly holding off a charging cage in the rankings.
All right, well, Scars is going out with a going in with a very quick play here, as it's a 3-card chain already in the yellow.
Oh my, that is what I like to call aggressive in a nutshell, especially with low tier like that. There is one usual mindset when it comes to low tier. You can do it in 7, you can do it in the no send 5, you can do it in 8, you can do it in 6. Aggression is key. And I think Scars is trying to take advantage of that and route to possible planning
Well,
win.
I
Oh my
mean, well,
goodness!
Scars was asking for the +4s, and he just got one here.
Mm,
Goes back into yellow. After Gabriel goes with the blue. Now Gabriel up to 12 cards, and this is I mean, we have not really seen this aggressive of a pace from Scars in this series. Gabriel gonna go for a little run
Absolutely
here.
not.
We'll see if we have any +4s or +2s thrown in the mix. Definitely
Yeah,
going for at
opening up
least a
Pandora's
switch.
box a little bit could be risky, especially in this position. But when you're Gabriel, what else could you possibly do?
Power play,
Oh
and that's
my!
gonna do it for game 5 in a matter of seconds. And wow, the zero efficiency on that one.
Insane,
So
man. Insane.
so yeah, I mean Scars saw the path, and he was going for the throat on that one. He was not letting that one go, and gets it done there. So really quick run there, 95 seconds in that game, by far the quickest of the series. But yeah, I mean, the only thing I gotta ask for Scars here is just kind of your immediate thoughts when you saw that starting hand, because I mean, that was definitely a different pace than we saw from you all series here, because you were very aggressive to try to make sure you had that lineup, and you do go for it and use power play to make sure you have it. So it is 3-2 here. Just kind of thoughts on going for power play there and just kind of going for that run. Beauty, yeah.
That does sound about right.
Good lineup there. The blue that Gabriel actually switched to was the one problem color there for Scars, but able to get out of it with the +4.
Yeah, I can certainly understand Gabriel's point of view in this situation. You try to do anything you can to dry Scars out. The only risky part was whenever you open Pandora's box, anything could and will happen. And unfortunately for Gabriel, he got the receiving end of what happens when you open up Pandora's box.
I would not be, Gabriel had like 12 cards up to that point, so actually 9, but uh yeah, so it would not have worked out. So I think Scars his superstition was correct in going for the power play there to ensure that win. But,
Yeah, good power play. I mean, especially when you go 100 like that. As soon as you don't go 100 on aggression, bad things could happen. And in this particular case, he decided to stick to 100 and got the win by doing so.
all right, well, 3-2 here, Scars going to game 6. Gabriel has the call, looking to try and force game 7. We'll see where Gabriel goes for this start here, and it's going to be 14. All right, and
Yeah,
that is our
Gabriel with
third
the
reverse
home.
start of the series.
Mm. Once again, a yellow reverse. Gabriel may be down 3-2, but here's the interesting thing. Things get interesting when you have the advantage in terms of your power play. Now, I know that doesn't seem to be significant, especially if somebody gets like a god hand towards the end. But basically, for Gabriel, you have that extra power in your back pocket, and you have plenty of options on how to use it. Hopefully, to try to rally back for Scheme 7 and get the victory with a critical head to head.
That's an
That
early
is a
run here.
chain.
That's an early run here from Scars, throwing a +2 early and goes in the blue. So Scars taking that lead. And again, Gabriel does have the power play still here, but okay. Oh, okay. Slight mistake there from
Oh,
Gabriel. Didn't get the +2 in here. We'll see if that matters.
oh. Yeah, we'll find out in just a moment here.
It won't.
Might not make a difference.
Yeah.
At least not a significant difference
Yeah.
yet.
Unless he doesn't have any more blue, then this really won't make a difference here.
Yeah, meanwhile, to end game number 5, Marcus got the +4 victory after Dino had a 6-card run.
Okay. Well,
It was a close one, but Marcus still in.
that's interesting because that's
Holy
actually a chain.
cow.
That's actually now a chain because Gabriel made that mistake, but now it's a change in what he's doing here. Because before he was gonna split it up, and now he's going for the +6 here. Um, so we'll see if that actually ends up mattering for the change there and what he was gonna go for. Because originally I think he was gonna split it up.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, I know Gabriel. I mean, compared to this time last year to this year, Gabriel during the off season, if there was one thing he needed to work on, it was his composure. Because I'll tell you right now, that was a small part to how he got defeated in his debut. And now I think he has emerged and became an evolved player. So now the only times where composure is being tested for Gabriel is games like these where every card counts, with a win giving you a good shot to the promised land as he goes for the wild.
All right, well, yeah, I mean, Gabriel holding on to this lead here had the green. Scars just gonna roll with it for now. I'll be curious to see if Scars tries to roll with the green or if he'll go for a switch. Double play there to close the gap a little bit here, but I think Gabriel still fine with where things are going at the moment. Ooh, Scars is out, so this is not really what he wanted there. Was trying to get out and couldn't, but Gabriel's still able to go.
Yeah, Gabriel trying to chip away as far as he can and hope that he can find an exit. There we go. I think Scars found the exit first.
Does Gabriel have a crossover here, though, is the question. Because we are back on blue. This was where Gabriel used the wild to get out of. Is Gabriel going to power play?
Oh, could be to possibly force game 7.
Well, let's see. It's got 4 cards left. And yeah, big run there with the +4. Gonna likely wrap this one up here. Yeah, there we go. So that
Yep.
blue switch not gonna matter, just kind of stuck on the greens, and we have both power plays used in back-to-back games, and this will be going to game 7 here.
And back-to-back games with 100% aggression for the most part there from Gabriel. So honestly, I am liking this game. This is where we once again get to the equilibrium between aggression and being passive. I mean, we're going to be heading to quite the conundrum here for game 7 because it could end either way for both players.
All right, well, Scars is going for 11. We're not gonna start it right away, but Scars is actually going for 11, which is interesting because that's the first time we're turning on a card start. It's where we started game 1, ended up losing that, so I'm gonna be very curious to see how that pans out. But I just kind of for both players here, Scars, any thoughts going into game 7 here? This being a winner take all, not the first time you've been in a game 7 situation, but definitely one where definitely gonna be a lot on the line here. And same question goes for Gabriel.
So I'm taking a look. Marcus is about to use his power play. I am watching to see if this forces a game 7 as well, because Marcus is trying to come back from a 3-1 deficit, and he does officially force game 7 with a 5-card run to end it. So now Dino could possibly be in danger of falling out, and it could be something that the Lemon might be wanting in his defense.
Well, that's 2 game 7s going on now here, but gonna start it off here. For this one, gonna be 11 cards. Um, Scar's mentioning that he was told Gabriel's a game 7 version and needs to end it as quick as possible, and then Gabriel just saying that game 7 has been his trend. A lot of these matches for Gabriel have been game 7. And it's been varied results here, but we'll see which one this ends up being. But gonna start off here. Green 0 to kick off the final game of the series here. We will see who wins it all and moves on to the next round, who will move on to the syncopated 16 or syncopated, I don't know. Round of 16, but
I think we're gonna have a little bit of fun with trying to pronounce the round of 16's official name. Woof.
I think it's syncopate. I think it's syncopated. But, paid. I think it's syncopated. Whatever. But
Psychopathic 16. Yeah, like I said, we're going to have a fun time trying to pronounce that.
No hablo inglés. Estoy no bien hablando inglés. Anyways, but green 8, but yeah, we're just running green right now. Yeah, I mean, no one is making that big move early on. And again, power play's off the table, so this is going to be clean no matter what happens here. Can't use that power
Mhm.
play to give yourself that edge. And Scars is
Oh
going for
my.
a similar approach that Gabriel ended up going for in the last game with the +6 here. Switches in the blue now. So we'll give himself a bit of a gap here. Scar's looking to win despite the +4 disadvantage here. But nonetheless, switch into yellow right away.
Yeah, and the thing is, the implication for both players win is absolutely tremendous. If Scars gets this victory, it'd be win number 7 on the season. Wins alone might not help him get into the D2 championship, but 3 out of 4 times making the Sweet 16 would absolutely help him out. But for Gabriel, despite it only being win 6, and he would probably need to win another match to guarantee himself to the D2 chip, he would at the least have that head to head over Scars, and that would be crucial regardless of either making the chip or the LCQ.
Alright, well, we'll see. I mean, Gabriel threw a +2 in there on the yellow, but Scar's still holding on to this lead for now. But yeah, I mean, Scars has actually had the +4 and the +2 disadvantage, and that +2 disadvantage is going to keep growing. Gabriel with the 3-card play, and I think that will. Does that tie it? No, Scars
No,
is
it
ahead by
doesn't.
a little bit. But yeah, Gabriel using a lot of ammo here on this yellow. And Scars is out.
Ooh, not the position that he wants to be in late in the series. But you never know if a certain color is going to help out, or possibly even the top deck. We have seen top deck help him gain down on any ammo deficit that he has had. Like, basically, I want to take a look at two things. You mentioned the +2 deficit, G. I want to look at the +4 deficit. Scars is hanging on despite playing 5 less +4s than Gabriel. Comes to show the resilience that Scars has with the significant ammo disadvantage.
Alright, well, we are on red now. Gabriel has the possession arrow lead, but this is still very close. Gabriel may be looking to load up another run here. Gets a wild going in the
Yep,
green.
I have seen this before, but the Scars have a reply here to flush out that wild. He's done it with a 4-card run before, and up, here
Ooh,
we go
okay.
again, and oh my!
That's ultimately gonna be another +6 here, but replace the second +2 with a +4, and we go in the red.
You can give an opponent a lot with 6 cards, but what Scars hopes for is for Gabriel to not get a random +4, or I was
So
gonna say a +2. Here I go again.
that's another +2 here. I mean, Gabriel is finding these +2s. It's kind of chipping away at the moment. Gets the switch in the blue.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, for
actually,
Gabriel to stay alive, he's got
ditto.
to find that color to ice out Scars, and he's got to find it quick.
Could it be this blue here? Because I mean, even though Scars does play the blue way, it could be a situation where he only has one. We'll see.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, you're right. It's a non-zero chance.
Gabriel taking a minute.
Hmm.
Blue 5. Scars has another blue. Keeps rolling it down. We'll see what Gabriel does here. Does he stay blue? Does he go for a switch? He's gonna stay blue. That's another blue 5. Scars is out, so
Ooh,
no more
that
blue left.
is big for Gabriel. That is big. Now that you have control, do you want to try to change the color if you have the opportunity to, or do you want to draw and hope for some better cards to come your way while stuck in Draw City?
It's 3-card run in the green here. That ties it. Scar's still drawing.
Oh, that is huge there, being stuck in two colors like that. Maybe for the most part, but with two cards remaining, was green what Gabriel needed to set up for the victory
Oh
and
no.
possibly pull the upset?
Gotta wonder. I mean, this has been a series where the plus fours are really coming in towards the end here, so I gotta wonder if there's another one here. But no, no, it's gonna be green, the Uno here. So Scars. I mean, I was gonna say if you had the option to, tough
And could
task, but
this
I
be
mean,
it?
no option here, and a wild to end it.
Oh! And that is what I like to call a good ending to an intense top 15 ranked matchup like that. Both of them played very well, but it turned out that icing out, or should I say a double ice out, was what Gabriel needed to come for the brink of elimination, now still alive and still in the hunt for the D2 championship.
All right, well, that will do it for this game here. Gabriel going to get the win here, 4-3, and move on to the single padded 16. Um, but man, I mean that was quite the match here. But in the end, Gabriel just kind of able to run it down, and then has that wild security there to get it done here and move on. We'll go to Gabriel here to start. I mean, got the victory here. You move on here. Big win for you. Just kind of any thoughts here after this one on how this one played out for you, and just kind of any immediate thoughts going into the round of 16.
Yeah, I feel really good about my this win because when he was getting to the end right there on game 7, I was getting pretty scared. So I had to take the risk to switch it to. I mean, I thought after he drew on the blue 5, I took a risk of going on a 3-card run to green because I didn't know if he had that much green. But turns out when he didn't, took full advantage of it, and I strategically saved my wow for last. So because in case he switched to another color, it would not have mattered. But yeah, it was an honor to play with him after he hit the 100 game club, and sad that I'm the one that's gonna have to end his regular season run. And oh my god, plus 1980. My goodness.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I my plus 4 differential was 7-3, and then plus 2 is 12-7.
The-
But I think I remember in another tournament where I got that many car advantage, but my opponent still hung tough and forced the last game, and that is what Scars did right here. I was getting a lot of good cars, but he was managing to put me in situations where I was obligated to use them right away when I tried to save it. But yeah, I was really glad that I survived in the trend that I have been in this season with game sevens and actually full distance in general, non-stop. And yeah, it was a good match. And Scarf, I wish you good luck on the LCQ probably because you're going to need it. And but it feels good that I'm back to the round of 16, which I'm not gonna really pronounce it right now because I'm gonna be really off, but really got to make it back.
All right, well, Gabriel getting the win here. Scars, any thoughts on that one? I mean, I think you were playing that well, but unfortunately, just kind of ran out of options towards the end there. And that'll be it for the regular season for you here. Still a good season. You will likely be in the playoffs, but where that will be and where you'll land, TBD. But just kind of any thoughts on that one there? Anything you look back on thinking you maybe could have done a little differently, or is just kind of one of those days where gave your best shot, just came up a little short? Yeah, we'll see what Scars says. Hard to be beat out Elective. Glad to see that I can still make things close again. All right. And I think he'll say a little bit more here. But not as sad as my match against Syntax. But yeah, I mean, Scars I think was doing a pretty good job, kind of keeping himself in this series because I mean, with that how the +4s and +2s were playing out at times, it definitely felt like Gabriel could have ran away with this one, but Scars was still staying resilient, keeping himself in this one. But yeah, I mean, Cyan, any kind of just final thoughts here as we close this one up? Gabriel with the 4-3 win here, going to move on to the next round. We'll face the winner of Tim and Aiko V2.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this match is a really good match upon itself. And out of all the early stage matches, this one may as well be considered as underrated. Because I am not going to lie to you when I say this match represents the true conundrum of being aggressive versus being passive and letting the game play on. And I think both sides have been used efficiently and masterfully by both players. So either way, I think they're in good position, win or lose, and basically in a good position regardless of making an LCQ, or in Gabriel's case, possibly make the D2 championship with another win. And if he meets Tim on the other side, then oh boy, I think I want to come back to see that one. Because we have seen a bubble battle here. And if Tim comes over here, we're going to be in for another intense matchup in the round of 16.
Yep, this bottom half of the saxophone region is filled with a lot of potential playoff contenders here. We'll have Aiko and Tim go at it in one of the last matches of the round on Saturday, early in the morning, 9 a.m. That's going to be a huge match for Aiko VT. If he wins that, I think he will be good to go in at least making the LCQ, because I mean he came into this tournament on the bubble there, and he has really been able to turn out so far when he absolutely needs to. So that should be an interesting match to keep an eye out for. But we'll see how that one shapes out as we will go to the bracket in just a second. Just need a quick update here before we do that. But
Meanwhile, after having what seems to be a drama between Dino and Marcus, Dino has been having insane draws, and this game is still not over yet, but right now Dino has control of the point. It's insane.
yeah, because we got the other game 7 going on between our defending tournament winner, who was on stream last round. Marcus actually just got the Uno here. It's also begging to end. I don't even know what's going on here. I'm watching this on the side. But
Yeah, somehow Marcus has Uno. Oh, double Uno. Oh boy, get the screens on this one.
yeah, we can take a quick look here on this one.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's the double
Oh,
draw.
Lord.
So no one has anything, and for Marcus,
Oh,
okay,
you
we'll
gotta
top
be
that green.
kidding!
We're
They
just kind
have
of
been
quickly
on
tuning
red
in.
and green for the last 2 minutes. Double
Okay,
Uno again! We are
and
having a
Marcus gets it
panic
right there.
over! 3-1 comeback! And the 1 seed from the piano region, defending tournament winner, goes down. Absolute cinema to end this one and to end this stream. Woof! I am sure this is the best bonus coverage we have seen possibly in the season. Oh boy! If Marcus doesn't
Alright.
get into the LCQ because of this, I don't know what will. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, I mean, that's a big win for Marcus here. And that's going to be another blow for the top half of the rankings coming into this one. But going to the bracket here, we're going to wrap this one up. Updated bracket, Gabriel moving on. We just saw at the ending of the Dino Marcus game there with the top that green 2, and Marcus getting the win on green there. Marcus moving on over in the piano region. Dino goes down. So with Dino going down, it also means we will get a new tournament winner. So there will be this will be the first season where we do not get someone who wins multiple tournaments. But we'll have 4 auto bids for the D2 championship, and then 6 at-larges. That loss there will confirm that. But going back here, Gabriel gets the win, moves on to the syncopated 16. We'll face the winner of Tim and Aiko VT. We'll have to wait a while for that one before we get an answer there. But for Gabriel, going to be looking to keep this run going and maybe make it back to the regional finals here, if not the final 4. But big win there, great match from both. And that will do it for this stream here. Thank you all so much for watching. We have my co-commentator, Cody Smart, our referee, Syntax Error, both our players and everyone came out to watch. Thank you all so much for watching the stream. We will be back tomorrow, same time, with our next stream match, and that match is going to be another one that you're going to want to keep an eye out for. It's going to be Marbleside versus Pi. Marbleside looking to try to make it back to that finale there. Pi, in his first stream match of his career, looking to pull off the upset here and officially take out all the 1 seeds from this bracket and cause some chaos to end the regular season. But that'll do it for this one. But until then, I'm G-Man. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you all tomorrow for Marbleside versus Pi. Until then, have a good one.